T-minus 17 seconds and count.
You know who has a plan B?
15,
The people that lose.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff.
Can you hear me? Let me know down below if you can hear me, because then we got 50% of this little show going. But first of all, tell me, how are you lovely, sexy looking people doing? Ah, well, what a day it's been, right? I mean, still, it doesn't... Yeah, it's just that. Still, when I look at the news, right? Everywhere we look, it is... Thank you so much. Thank you, Sandra. Thanks, Shahid Amit. Wow, Sandra, she was quicker than Shahid. That's a first. I mean, things to think about. There's logic and then there's intuition. Now, usually when I make my decisions on when to enter the market or when to exit the market, Panos is here. Good to see you. And of course Vex. When I take the decision about entering or exiting the market, usually, mostly, of course, it's a combination of experience but also intuition, because you cannot put a mathematically formula on when the market has hit its high, its all-time high. Neither can you put a formula on when it has hit its low. I always like, I like to refer to that when everybody, when there's blood on the street, as Warren Buffett, he says, well, then it's time to buy. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong in buying when we are seeing the prices down 70 to 95% from its all-time highs. However, a lot of people are saying it's still going to go down. But let's see, because my intuition is still, we're going to go up. Anyway, but today we're going to go look at some news. Again, widespread mass adoption, implementation. We got a little bit of some problems, right, with the privacy coins. That's obviously a point. And I know our good friend Tony, if Tony is here, I know he loved the privacy coins. Now, one of the reasons why we have never had privacy coins in our portfolio was because of this. I like the protocol, and I like, I'm all for privacy and not paying taxes and hide the coins in the right pocket, in the left pocket, and in the back pocket. I mean, that's all fine by me. However, we are here to make money, and it does look, in order to get blockchain mass adoption, in order to get widespread mass adoption, it will depend on the CBDC, the central bank digital currency. And we all know the governments, they need regulation. And that is why we have to see it as a good thing when the governments, how serious and they're taking everything. Anyway, bad for privacy, bad for permissionless, bad for trustless, bad for censorship resistant. But hey, I always told you, that is an illusion. Anyway, let's start. And I think it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome all 10 of you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case anybody new here, well then please hit like, smash, subscribe so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos. So that you can, and this is important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Harachi, and I have proven that I'm the only one.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's young, he's handsome, he's a prophet, he's a poet. They know it. I must be the greatest. I told the world.
So, no more transitions today. I promise. Okay, let me take me away and let's look at, as always, at the level of market manipulation, as I like to point out. So what are we seeing? Well, it's good to see that we are up, right? But it's still been a volatile day. So we have Bitcoin at 16,875, 2.7% up. Ethereum up 1.6. We got DOT up 1.7, and we got Cardano at 33 cents on the dollar at 3.3. But still, of course, when we look at the charts, they all mirror each other, right? I mean, these days it's not so fun to talk about the same things every time. But let's have a look here, and I wanted, not that this really matters. Remember, we have the purple line here, 12, and we are looking at the 7-day moving average with on the weekly chart, and we can still see we are way below this time, way below, right? And until now, I know. So for the short-term traders, it certainly seems like there's upwards potential, right? From 16, where are we now? Almost 17,000 up to almost something like that. Doesn't mean it's gonna go up there, but that is based on what we have always seen here with the 7-day moving average. Once we'll break above that. Until then, we're still very much in the bear territory. Now, I was thinking, just for the fun of it, let's draw another line. Another thing is volume is just, it's amazing how the volume is increasing, right? And we got lots of news to talk about besides the privacy coin. So let's look at this. This is another, it doesn't really matter, another purple line, but where if we go to where we were, right? It could also look like this. It could look like that we have hit the bottom. What do I know? I really don't know. So I'm gonna take that one away quickly. You have to do your own research. Remember, everything I say and do here is not not financial advice. You know that, because I don't know shit about crypto. And let's just have a quick look at what's going on. So we are, in terms of market cap, at 843 billion, and we got 21,752 cryptocurrencies. That's a lot, many more than we currently need, right? And all the good ones, they're probably the best ones have been launched, but I think 90% of them we don't even need. But it's good to see. You see, 24 hours, it looks like almost across the board we are up, but still at the 7-day, the last 7 days, we are still down, right? Actually, Solana is still down very much, but Uniswap is up. So 7 days, Uniswap has, crossed that. Bitcoin Cash, news about Bitcoin Cash today. Bitcoin Cash, we don't speak a lot about it, but when we speak about Bitcoin Cash, we only say lovely things, good things, lovely things. I think Bitcoin Cash is like a sleeping giant. I think Bitcoin Cash, and the news today, will only confirm that. Crow, that's crypto.com, right? I never even talk about them here. You know why I never talked about it, crypto.com? I will tell you. I just think it's a nasty piece of exchange. Look at that price. Okay, everything is down, so that doesn't really mean anything. I'm not even talking about if they did anything with FTX or are they gonna be the next. I just didn't. I mean, I opened up an account because, you know, they're promoting that you can get those credit cards, and then you had to provide money so they could lock it in for a year. I did all of that. And then, oh no, but in your jurisdictions, you cannot get a credit card. Yeah, you know, of course I could have read the fine print and so on, but it's just the way they do business. I don't, you know, so, and we have made videos, but we never had them in our portfolio. And I'm actually gonna take them away from the watch list, you know, and you know what, what we really should do is that they actually, you know where they belong? Actually on the shit list. On the shit list, that's where they belong. Yep, that's what we gotta say about that. So let's see, what else do we have? Chile's up 2%. Also green in the after 7 days, right? Everything else mostly still down. There are one or two others here. I think some of the quality DeFi coins. Well, very little here on the watch list. Anyway, I know that you can look for yourself. Gamify. It will take some time, I think, until Gamify will take off. Anyway, let's go and say hello, and we need to start with all the important things we need to talk about today. Not time to chit-chat, time to say hello to all 22 of you. I mean, usually we only 10, right? Only 10. So, I mean, I'm telling you, we are growing. This little channel is growing. Good to see you, Tulbai. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. IDR1S. Hello, Shade. You say hello. Hello to you. And we got Ashraf Kupir. Nice to meet you. Anyway, I'm happy all of you are here, and I want to congratulate you. And when there was a time when we were down, after 2018, I was looking for news, and that's when I found Ivan on Tech. And when at that time it was not even that the market or the mainstream media or any media, they were not talking about crypto. So I found Ivan on Tech, and I loved his positivity. Hey Ollie, how are you doing? And Bakmono, good evening. Tina is here too. Oh, Tom B. Tina's here. Is always nice to have a lady in the house, because we all know crypto. Not many ladies here. Tom B, how are you? And we got Shiandi Crypto. Good to see you. I think you're new. Welcome to Crypto Never Sleeps. So what I wanted to say is that what helped me a lot after the 2017, 18, and then 20,000, and we went down to 3,500, and then we just had to wait until 2020. It was to go and see Ivan on Tech, because he was basically spreading the important and the good news of what was going on in, they like to say community, I would say in the industry. So let's move on. In Connu French, you are number one. Remember that. So will Bitcoin hit 12,000? I don't know. And who cares, right? Important is that we look at the long-term perspectives. We got, let me just see. I got the wrong presentation here, and this one's also wrong. This one is also wrong. This one is the one we need to talk about. First of all, we are, of course, going to talk about CBDC regulation, because a lot is going on. For all of you, I really advise you to go into atlanticcouncil.org. Yeah, this is where you can follow it yourself. And if there may be geopolitical tensions. China may have disputes with America over Taiwan and Ukraine, and it's basically the center of a proxy war between Russia and America. But if there's one thing they all agree on, that is that the future monetary system needs to be built on the blockchain, and it needs to be built quickly. So, go in there and look for yourselves. So we got some Biden news that he's going to choose a new FDIC chair. We really don't have time to talk about that, so you can read that, and God bless all of them. So I want to, this is, it's kind of an important topic. But before we go to the privacy coins, let's just finish off with the CBDC news, because Reserve Bank of India, they are launching their digital currency pilot together with 9 other banks. And it's been in the making for quite a while. But on November 1st, the central bank, they started the retail pilot project of the central bank digital currency, for which it roped in some top lenders like SBI, HDFC Bank. I don't know them, right? But these are some of the largest banks in India. So because India's largest public sector lender, State Bank of India, ICICI Bank, IDFC First Bank, and HDFC, many top banks, all the biggest 9 banks on the short list, that are going to work on the pilot of the digital rupee. Now, what I always try to figure out, and what is most important for me, is trying, I think I'm doing this more in order to try to show you that the future of finance is being built right in front of our eyes, and it's being built on Ethereum. It doesn't matter that it's a permissioned protocol, but it's still on Ethereum, because that gives us a lot of indication and knowledge and know-how, knowing which quality coins, protocols we need to invest in. So, per se, the Reserve Bank of India, they haven't really come out and said on which blockchain, even though I think it's going to be, it's going to be on Quorum. However, another piece of important information is the Indian police. Wait, let me just have here a little Bahama Mama moment here. I'm sorry for this. I'm just, my mouth here. So what you see here is that the Indian police, they have actually chosen and to work with none other, and this is actually really nice, with Polygon, right? So we would, the police is still a part of the government, right? So you would not assume that the Indian police is going to work with basically Ethereum, and it's going to be on Polygon. So you would assume that the CBDC, doesn't matter if it's going to be wholesale or retail, would probably need to interact, interoperable with the police station, where you then can file complaints. They're going to create a complaint portal. Anyway, India, give it up for India and all the millionaires.
To be a millionaire!
And then we move right down to Zimbabwe Central Bank. They launched a CBDC consumer service, and what is it here? Yeah, so that's also very interesting. We don't have time to go through that piece of news. So that's it. And let's go back to the privacy coins. This is going to be the main topic of today, and it's not heavy. It will take us 5 minutes, but it is bad news because it clearly states or shows that the governments are taking it important, and the illusion of the top 3 privacy coins are gonna have trouble. Now, they didn't. Here, if we look, they're referring to Zcash and Monero and Dash. Now, today they all were up a little, so it's not like this came out from the European Union and then they just lost 50%. I mean, anyway, if we look at Zcash, we can see here they are already down 98% from the all-time high. If you look at Monero, I mean, they are holding up better, but still down 76% from the all-time high, which was 5 years ago, right? They didn't even have a new all-time high in 2021. I would say here, the risk reward is, from my point of view, little reward, or a much greater risk for the reward. And then of course Dash, that is hardly being talked about anymore, but anyway, also down 97%. And you can see that Dash's all-time high was also back in 2018. So, but what were they, or what are they actually talking about? That's the thing that is important. We have it here. 1 second. There we go. Taken from CoinDesk. So privacy enhancing crypto coins could be banned under, and they say this is the EU leaked plan. And the European Union, the EU, the European Union could ban banks and crypto providers from dealing in privacy enhancing coins such as Zcash, Monero, and Dash under a leaked draft of a money laundering bill obtained by CoinDesk. Yeah? So the plans, they came from Czech officials who are chairing talks among EU governments on the proposed law. and would represent the latest nail in the coffin for anonymous means of payment following tough new rules agreed over the summer. They've been on this long, I can tell you. So credit institution, financial institution, crypto asset service providers will be prohibited from keeping anonymity enhancing coins. You got to understand, we'll get to that. And so they're simply not allowed to keeping them as custody, right? And an EU diplomat told CoinDesk that the measure was intended to avoid the risks stemming from crypto assets that are specifically designed to avoid traceability. So the ban on privacy coins, which prevents snooping into blockchain activity, is intended to mirror one on anonymous instruments such as bearer shares and anonymous accounts that was included in the original bill proposal. So they respond to the demand from countries, basically that every country they're saying, oh, we need to be able to control our people, right? And but of course they call it the anti-money laundering regulation was proposed in July 2021 by the European Commission as part of a package that would also forbid, it's funny, forbid large cash transactions and create a new anti-money laundering agency, AMLA, to vet practices at large financial institutions and big amounts of money. However, under the Czech plans, crypto asset providers would be obliged to verify customers' identity even for occasional transactions of under €1,000. I mean, or $1,040, and to probe the nature and purpose of the business for larger payments. I mean, we're all fucked. we got to pay those taxes. That's just how that goes. However, it goes on, and there's a point to this. That would make rules more onerous than for other kinds of firms such as banks, where due diligence rules only kick in for larger payments, apparently due to fears that crypto payments can easily be broken into smaller chunks. And now we come, so crypto service providers doing business outside the EU would need to verify whether their counterparty is licensed and verified what money laundering controls they have. The document also proposed which details of the vetting. What I can say here, because this is actually important. So they point out here, crypto services doing business outside the EU can only do business with counterparties that are licensed and verified. They're making it way too complicated, because I can tell you, with the new, once everything is going to be on the blockchain, the CBDC is going to be highly controllable. So they will, they will only allow transactions to another counterparty cross-border if they are basically working on within the same ecosystem. I mean, it's going to be, it's a very, very centralized, isolated system where they're gonna, even if we send $10, it will be on the blockchain and they will know. But anyway, so that's coming, right? And obviously for every government, and especially the types of government, democratic elected governments that we have currently, where it's all about control, they're obviously not gonna allow it, right? So what they also saying is that I like that. In the parallel amendments to the bill, lawmakers at the European Parliament have zeroed in on the processing of dirty money. There's no dirty money. There's good money and good money. Anyway, dirty money via the metaverse, decentralized finance, and non-fungible tokens. The bill must be agreed by both the Council and the European Parliament to pass into law. If it does, it will represent the latest in a regulatory onslaught against online anonymity, which has legitimate purposes, but which regulators also worry can be used to process criminal funds. But sanctions or raise money for terrorists and other, exactly, all this terrorist business, right, is what everybody is doing these days. Anyway, the last thing here, the EU own markets and crypto asset regulation, which is called MiCA, agreed but not yet enforced, prevents exchanges from allowing the trading of anonymous crypto assets unless they've identified the holders. A parallel set of rules on the transfer of funds imposes extra checks on anyone handling the likes of Monero or Dash. So no more funny business. No more funny business. I also want to point out, we are here to make money, right? So obviously, I'm completely against this new monetary system that is being implemented. But that will become an abstract debate, right? That we can talk about. I mean, all we can do is by the next elections, the democratic elections, we can choose between bad or bad. But one thing is sure, the CBDC is coming. So what we try here to do is, I mean, I pay my taxes, right? And I don't have no monkey business going on. Of course, it's not good that we give the government this kind of control, but hey, I don't have anything to hide, right? And so, yeah, that's the way I guess we have to look at it, unless we want to, fight another fight. Move on to the next piece of news that we have that I thought was important. I told you we were going to talk about Bitcoin Cash. You see, and this is actually, from all this bad controlling, Bitcoin Cash could be legal tender in St. Kitts by March, the Prime Minister says. So that is, they are exploring the possibility of making Bitcoin Cash legal tender in St. Kitts by March, along with potential opportunities for Bitcoin Cash mining in the Caribbean nation. And they said that, so we will have to see. But, this, I mean, of course, we know that St. Kitts is very small, but it could be, let's say, an example of how you can have, let's say, an Austrian school of economics thought versus, the Keynesian fiat-based fractional lending fiat money system, reserve system, right? So we gotta, I hope, and this could give us hope, away from this controlled CBDC, and let's get in and, Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. And remember, Bitcoin Cash has been around for a long, long time, has a lot of, good things that, we know that Bitcoin only has 21 million and all this, and Bitcoin Cash is different. But I think there's going to come many, many, many more good news for Bitcoin Cash. So looking here, for example, Bitcoin Cash, I say, for example, is down 97%. That's almost like Dash and Zcash. However, I really, if I would have to choose, and if I would have to, narrow down the risk reward potential, well, I think it goes without saying. I think this calls for a Bahama Mama moment. Ooh, I cannot drink so quick. Let me know what you think about this Bitcoin Cash, because I think, so a little bit of bad news and some good news. Let's move on. What's the next piece of things? That's another funny thing. I would like to know what you think about that. Renault, so one of the biggest car companies, they are launching its industrial metaverse. And that's just amazing, right? I mean, the metaverse is not really, nobody really knows what that is, but Renault is already aiming to save 330 million by 2025. Now, you see, Renault is one of the biggest car makers in the world, and they announced that they have built the first industrial metaverse with all its production lines supplying data to this world. According to the company, this digital twin replica will allow it to save 330 million by 2025, diminishing warranty expenses, delivery times, and the carbon footprint of its activities. Now, to me, when I look at this almost sounds like this is some fake news. I mean, like misinformation. I mean, this just sounds, I don't know how it sounds to you, but this sounds to me ludicrous, right? I mean, we don't need cars in the metaverse. And how can you save money already by 2025 if it's not misinformation? You see, as I always try to point out, I do believe that the future finance was orchestrated. And that's why all these big traditional conglomerates are, entering, migrating onto the blockchain. If it's metaverse or not, right? It's on the blockchain. And if they're investing and they're going there and they're saying by 2025, that must mean that by 2025, something must be operating there, right? You must be able to transact and implement and sell and buy and supply. Because otherwise, I mean, right? Why would they say that? If that is the case, then we are really just around the corner before this industry, or let's say ecosystem, or the future finance is going to take off. I don't know, but just want to share this piece of news. Then the last thing of today is a little bit. We need to talk a little bit about what's going on in Ukraine, right? Because I'm here, and in my city, where I am today, there was 3 bombs. But even worse than that, much worse than that, is that Poland got attacked. I mean, look at this here. I mean, me and Igor, right? Thank God he's taking care of me. And right behind me, we got all the tanks. I don't know where they're going, but they're going somewhere. No, let's go in and see, because there are 2 pieces of news that I wanna share with you here. So let's go. I mean, you probably have followed it, right? So Euronews, everybody have confirmed that Polish army put on alert after 2 killed in explosion near Ukraine border. So apparently, Russia, I don't know what the latest update is on this, but apparently, some bombs, they came into NATO territory. And we all know this is very, very, very bad. It's too early to say what's going to happen. But of course, we can see here the Polish, they hate Russia, right? So they would start a war in 2 minutes. But the Polish government is mulling whether to invoke NATO founding treaties, Articles 4, calling for a meeting of all NATO member states after an allies' territorial integrity or security has been breached. I mean, they maybe even Poland or Ukraine, bombed them. This remains to be seen. But bad news, actually, very, very bad news, because there was another thing that before in the morning when I kind of read this piece of news, I was slightly optimistic that we could see peace. Because I really think peace would be good for the economy, it would be good for crypto, it would be good for you, it would be good for me, and I think it would be good for everybody. You see, at the G20 summit, Zelensky, he actually presented a 10-step peace plan. And now, of course, it all has to be spoken in detail, of course, but this was in this morning, and that was before the Russian bomb in Poland. So I don't know if this is really up to date. The only thing that, because we're not going to go over all these 10 steps, I just want to ask you, because I read through them and all 9 seem to be easy, but the 5th one seems to me could be the one that will cause problems. Because the 5th point is the implementation of the UN Charter and the restoration of the territorial integrity of Ukraine and the world order. Of course, the world order. So I think here what they're saying here, that let me take me away again, then we can read it together. What they're saying here: Russia must confirm the territorial integrity of Ukraine within the framework of the relevant resolutions of the UN General Assembly and the relevant era of contractual and legal documents. So if they want Russia to go completely out of Lugansk and Donetsk and so on, I think that could be a problem. However, it could also be that they go back to the Minsk II agreement. But yeah, I just want to say this one could be difficult. And everything that Russia broke the war with, definitely. I mean, there's... Yeah. Anyway, let's see. But at least it's a proposal. It's a proposal about peace. I think that's a good thing. I really do. But let's see. And that's it. Thank God. Let's go back to the chit chat, and then we can call it a night. So here we are. What do you say, Shahid? You say Crimea will always be, a sticking point. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, this can be a long debate, but I agree with you, Crimea, and for that matter also, right, Lugansk and Donetsk. But at least there is peace talks. But really, I was excited to share this peace talks, but not after these 2 bombs flew into Poland. What do you say, Ashraf? Please tell me something about please and I don't know them. I don't know them. What will Trump announce tonight? I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I really have no idea what Trump is going to announce tonight. Even if he's going to announce that he's going to run, the media has already, right. Then we got this other Californian, governor. So and Trump is gonna run, presidential elections in 2 years. That seems very far away, especially when you live in a country where there is war and where the tensions currently are so high. And we have, I mean, one thing we gotta give good old sleeper Uncle Joe. I mean, maybe he's sleeping, but his government or whatever, his cabinet, they've sure been busy fucking up the world big time, right? So let's see. I don't know those, and that's Ashraf. I don't know those coins. So Renault sucks. It's too far away. Let's go out of this dirty. Yeah, let's go out of this dirty EU. Yes. And Dr. Ash is okay. Doctor, I mean, we got a quant and H bar. I mean, just out of it like this, quant. Yes, I think it's a good project. H bar. Let me go in and look. It's. Let me just. Of course, Hedera. I was sure. Yeah. No, Hedera. I think is a very strong protocol. Very, very strong. So I think there you got two coins, 2 tokens that have a lot of potential. Yeah, I don't speak so much about them because HBAR, I know it's about setting up and implementing the CBDCs. I'm a bigger fan of just Ethereum and around that, but no, it has a lot of potential. So good coins, and let's just look at them for a minute. At Hedera. What do we see here? I mean, I like now currently, as you know, I always like to look at how much is it down from its all-time high and all that. But here we can see the chart, right? Whew. Yeah, but it's been around since 2019, and no, this is good. That's all I can say about that. Okay, let's see anything else. And quant obviously also. Pulse chain launching date. I would like to say pulse chain launching date. Well, I don't know. I don't know. No face. Going to sleep. Good night, everyone. Have a good sleep. And I think that's the best thing I can do too. Algorand is better than HBI. I think, of course, Indian. Now perhaps, right? In the end of the, I mean, I would just like that. I would agree with you. I think Algorand has enormous potential. Also, enormous potential. And I think it's also a part of it's going to, work together with the future of finance and be a part of. So Algorand probably is really one of the big boys. Hedera, you don't know yet. But as you know now, I mean, I'm almost here every day, almost. And as we will go on, we will also get into, let's say, not even, let's say, the AAB level. Right now we're just looking at the market and I hope and diversifying the good coins, top quality coins, averaging in. Monsieur Fini. I'm actually going to NSE this weekend again. So I'm going there on Friday. I'm gonna be in NSE from Friday to Monday. So, because you said that in case, maybe we would meet. That would be really, really good. Thank you, Blockchain Bully. Yes, get some sleep is important. I love you all. Monsieur Fini, you can find me in Telegram. And Kyling Network Target. so difficult to say. I mean, I think you mean Kyling, right? On Polkadot. It's very difficult to say. It's very difficult to say what the target is, right? It really depends on which enterprises, traditional enterprises, are going to migrate and going to use Polkadot. And obviously there's also some competition, but so target price right now, whew, that's difficult. That's really, really difficult. And that would also be one of those tokens where, you know, it's more risk if it's really, is Kyling really going to be the protocol that we expect it to be. Okay, Mr. Finney, enjoy UK, and everybody have a good night. Thank you for coming. I congratulate you. The fact that you are here shows that you are a lion. What is your opinion about FTX? Fuck FTX. Fuck FTX. And that ugly Sam there, I mean, I really on purpose don't talk about it because, I mean, it's everywhere. Everyone is talking about it. Why should I then be the number? You know, I'm anyway the littlest channel. And I mean, I think, Sam Bankman-Fried. But what I would like to point out, who would have thought that the Black Swan, or, you know, this big event, the Black Swan event, would have been FTX, right? Of all. And that's why I also think there's blood on the street. I think now is a good time to enter the market. Thank you for coming, and I will see you tomorrow. And remember, you are a lion, and I'm happy you're here.
Courage, strength, leadership, bravery. Sheep follow the leader. They follow the herd. They don't know where they are going. Many times they are led to the slaughterhouse, but they keep following. They don't lead. They don't use their mind. A lion leads. It's about having the courage to stand and fight for your life, having the strength to go bravely in your own direction, even if others walk away. You tread your own path. Only you know what's best for you. Only you know what path to take. Only you know your courage, your strength, your heart. Everyone has the heart of the lion inside of them. Let it out. Let it scream out of you. Like the lion, unleash the beast in you.
Attitude is what you think, what you do, and what you feel about yourself. Attitude is everything in life. Guess why? Whether you rise or fall, everything is based upon the attitude that you showed up at that moment. Your attitude determines your altitude. Listening carefully. I've been through tough time. I've experienced it, and I want you to know that it wasn't my money that brought me this far. It was my attitude towards life. It was my attitude to keep going when the going gets tough. That is the lion attitude I'm talking about. The question is, what is your attitude towards life? What do you think of yourself as I'm talking to you now? Do you think of yourself as how God thinks of you? Or you think of yourself as how friends and family members think of you? You need the lion attitude. The attitude to take charge of your destiny. You need the lion attitude that says, I can. You need the lion attitude. The attitude that says, I will, because I'm bold enough to fight. You need the lion attitude if you are standing in for greatness. Real lions, they are hungry when the time comes for their mission. Lions are not followers. They are leaders who lead the rest of the animals. Become a lion. Be fearless. Don't talk. Walk the talk. Real lions, they demonstrate who they are. A lion does not seek respect. They command respect and authority because they know they should be respected. Be a lion. A sheep follows the leader. A lion leads. It's about having the courage to stand and fight for your life. Having the strength to go your own direction, even if no one believes in you. Follow your heart. Only you know what is best for you. Only you know the path to take. You have the heart of a lion inside you. Let it out. Don't fit in. Stand out and use your gift.
The lion is certain. There are no maybes with the lion. This is my decision and I will attack until the outcome is mine. No one will push me around. No one will tell me where to go or what to do. If I want something, I will go after it with everything I have inside me. The sheep is not certain. That is why the sheep follows the herd, not knowing where they are going, not caring, just drifting through life, being pulled and prodded, being sheared from head to toe until there is nothing left to give. And that is what I see in many of you. Life, the world, and society is shredding you of your very self. Head to toe, you lose your own unique footprint. You become what others want you to see, not what you want to be. Don't let anyone push you around. Be like a lion. Roar so loud with your own spirit that no one will doubt you ever again. No one will question your goals. No one will dare challenge you again, because you certainly will shine through like the lion.